Hey traders, Mike Katz, 7 Points Capital. Today's trader takeaways. Finally, some good volatility. SPY's pulled back. China fears with the tariffs. And we had a pretty decent volume day on the SPY. We had about 67 million shares on a pretty big body on the SPY here. And we kind of failed to make a higher high as of now. So if we're curling down, we got to watch now these two levels, right? So if we can take out 291.70, 292 area, then that would be the continuation of the higher high. But if we don't do that and we end up taking out 287, then that's going to be a double top here or a slightly lower high and then a lower low, which could kind of mean a little bit of a trend reversal. So looking at this here, this is really important to me, 286, 285, and we'll see where we go from there. But so today, for the most part, it's kind of quiet early on. I did a good job. I was proud of myself for, kind of sticking to my rules and my intuition that I should focus on AMD more and do less in the other names. So I kind of did that today. I didn't completely stop trading other names, but I did a lot less of it. So let's go over it real quick. So I had QTT, which was day 2 of the IPO, and we pretty much sold off really hard. If you guys remember NIO, we had a day 1 on the IPO here, and then off to the races on day 2, and that's kind of what I was expecting there. And the market needs to help out for the IPO names to work. But this one didn't work for me as I had some long setups and tried to spot some reversals off of anomalies and they didn't work out. So QTT was no good as far as P&L. Bought some at this 13 level, risking $1. When we got close to 12, bought some more, again, got stopped out of the whole thing. Then it looked like an FU move and curled back up, so I bought it back. Sold some into this 13 level. Bought it back, sold some more again, trading around the core, but then back to 12 and bought some more there and got stopped out. So not terrible, but this ended up being a red symbol for me. And I couldn't get a locate early in the morning for this, and that kind of threw me off as well. So I don't like trading symbols where I can't trade both sides on demand, which is why sometimes when borrows are a little bit difficult, if shares are limited, then I have a hard time trading because I don't want to cover, because I think to myself, I'm going to have a difficult time putting it back on, i.e. TLRY. So I try to focus on names where I can trade both sides and be reactive so that if it looks like I'm on the wrong side, then I can easily flip sides and go the other way. And let's see what else we trade today. So SPY. I had long on the brain today, early on. And let's see, actually my first one here looks like a short when we broke down. Oh yeah, that's right. I had, let me bring up SPY here on the 5-minute. There we are. So we had a 5-minute anomaly with a doji on some pretty good volume. And so I tried to buy here. It failed. And let's see. Or no, that's not it. Actually, I tried shorting here and we broke down below this. Yeah, so shorted, closed it out. Didn't even let my stop get hit up here. Kind of second guessed the trade by closing it out here. Curls back down. I do it again where I short it and I don't let my stop take me out. And that was costly because I had to get back in down here. And what was that, 219.20, I think. But at least I got back in. Didn't do any covering. You can see I'm not thinking clearly in SPY right here, right? So first I short and I stop out prematurely. again, short, stop out prematurely. And then I short and I don't do any covering, right? Because I like trading around the core. I didn't do any of that. So I think I'm lucky to be green in SPY, and the end of day sell-off helped. But early on, looking at this, I could tell that I was not thinking clearly. But my thinking was this level right here was important. 219.20, and that's when I got pretty big here on this 219.20 on this anomaly. So we broke down 219.20, came back up to retest, putting a significant topping tail on 5-minute. Then went a lot of sideways, at which point I did trade around the core a little bit, but finally got the drop, shorted some more in the bounce because at this point I only had half size on, and then got a pretty nice solid sell-off where Trump was saying, you know, they're going to announce after the bell regarding China tariffs. So spiders ended up being pretty good. What else was I in today? Two more names, I think. Well, AMD. AMD has been my go-to stock, and today was really good as well. AMD. Let's see if I can decipher what was going on here because there's definitely a lot of executions. Yeah, so pre-market, I was in this from pre-market because, you know, I sat down at around 8 o'clock at my desk, start selling off. And then I said, let's see what AMD looks like. And if we look at AMD, if we look here, that's where I bought some. Pre-market, why did I buy it there? Because of this consolidation here. You could see the volume profile here. It's a pretty big node with a lot of volume. That should be support. And ended up getting pretty lucky where it bounced off of there. So pre-market, having a long scalp and starting in on the long side was really helpful in building some cushion for the open. So I bought some, sold, and then had a nice pullback, bought some more, sold higher, and then you can see just buying back dips. What was this level? 32. I really like this 32 level, hard number, dollar level. It looks like the pre-market parabolic move to the downside couldn't hold below $32. I remember looking at the stock here, and I was considering buying 32 pre-market, but it just blew right through it, so I didn't buy any. And then when it got down here to that 31.50 level, I did get some going. So 32 is important to me, but then when we reclaimed 32, we went higher, right here, on the dips to 32, get back in on the long, and you could see I'm just selling, and just recycling shares, long dips, and then selling the pops. And then here, I finally got flat at this price, 32.60, I think was my last piece here. Had a few interviews to do midday, and I wasn't really trading here. Came back to my desk, put a long feeler on here, thinking this could curl back up. But then I quickly realized we were trading right below 33 level. So I stopped out of my long feeler here when it broke this consolidation. And then here on the bounce back to that resistance, shorted some. And then added a whole lot more at 33, right below 33, giving it about 15-cent risk. And then, bam, got a nice pullback. This ended up being a monster trade because, you know, when I'm trading versus a level here, getting in 32.95, risking till 33.11-ish. Wow, I mean, it's just so easy to put on size versus, you know, 15-cent risk, and then trade around a core, recycle shares, and then it's very easy to make multiples of what I'm risking because my stop is so tight. But this ended up being a really nice fade. The market selling off definitely helped as well. And what's on my mind right now with AMD is, let's see, this Head and Shoulders, nothing huge by any means, but you got the left shoulder here, the head, and a right shoulder. And let's see, we got this ascending trend line, which we breached. So coming into tomorrow, I'm going to keep an eye on this and see if it wants to sell off. The measured move from 33.20 to from down here is down to 31 or maybe 30, which we bounced off of before. But looking at the daily, let's get rid of this for a second. Looking at the daily, what I see here is big reversal day on big volume on the daily, inside bar, and then here we try to take out the highs. We took it out by a little bit because yesterday's high was about 33. We took it out by 10, 15 cents and failed. So if a lot of longs are trapped here, we might get a retest down here. So we'll see how it is tomorrow. Long worked early and then short worked in the afternoon. And I'm going to try to be reactive. I'm not going to come in and have too many opinions with AMD. Just being reactive has been really good to me with this name. And I'm just going to continue to try to do that. So thanks for watching, guys. This is Mike Katz, 7 Points Capital. And I just wanted to say, really appreciate all the good feedback that we've been getting. And we're getting pretty close to Traders for a Cause. So if you're thinking of going, hit us up. We have a discount code you can use. It's for a great cause. They do a lot of good. And, you can't go wrong in Vegas. It'll be a lot of fun. A lot of people, a few of our traders are going out there as well. And I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys out there. So if you're thinking of going, make the move. It'll be fun. Thanks for watching. Mike Katz, 7 Points.